Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mr. Tenorio with a brief and informal note on how online work should be done and turned in to the extent we have to do it. First off, whenever I do a video or a group of videos and they're streamed, I would like you to, in the public comment section, at the very least say, okay, got it, Roger, or some other kind of acknowledgement that you have watched the video, and if you have any questions about the video, that's where you should ask. This is true of the live stream videos as well as the canned video lessons I'll be doing for Friday lectures. I want an acknowledgement every time I post a video from all of you at the Google Classroom site appropriate to your course. That's the first thing. The second thing is that some of you are going to have difficulty turning in your work, which is due the first day you're here during the week. For A-day classes, normally you're going to have due work that has to be turned in Monday during class, and B-days normally we'll do that same thing on Tuesday. And I'm going to hold you to those due dates fairly closely. However, what if you're an online student, or what if for whatever reason you happen to be sick that day, or you just can't be here? If for whatever reason you do not have a good excuse for being absent, and you have to get work in, or if you're a full-time online student, this is what you do. You print out and write out the material for my unit surveys and any other work I assign. You'd write it longhand with a pen or a pencil on paper. You then photograph that work. Try to make sure it's oriented so that I can read it just by opening it. And then you submit it in the Google Classroom section labeled, for that assignment. You turn the photographs of that work in there, submitting the work as your assignment. Now, from the people who are here, I expect, for the most part, paper, because trees are a crop, and we can always grow more. And I have to do my part to give lumber people jobs. More than that, I think there is something special about writing something longhand, so you're going to do a lot of that for me. Make sure when you take the photograph that it's lit well enough and has a decent enough resolution so that if I zoom in, I can read things pretty clearly. So, whenever I post a video, you will comment in the Google Classroom section for that video, in the public, not private, in the public comment section. I'll be going over this again, but I want to make sure that you understand this now going in, because this is the second video, and I will expect you to at least say okay on this as well as on the introductory video where I was wearing a tie. So, whenever there's a video, you at least post an acknowledgement and maybe ask some questions, and I will get back to you on the questions, at least on many of them, within a reasonable amount of time. We're still working out what that means. Secondly, when turning in work for me, I prefer paperwork that's handwritten, but if you're online or at home, you can write out your answers, making sure that you use my worksheets, and photograph those or scan them and submit them to me online. I expect the vast minority of students, that's not many of you, to use this method. In general, I do not like or want typed work. I want you to write it using decent penmanship. Finally, just for the heck of it, I will tell you what this shirt means. It says in Mandarin Chinese, "Liberate Hong Kong, the revolution of our time," which is a reference to the Hong Kong freedom movement that is in the process right now of being suppressed by a national security law under communist Chinese rule in violation of treaty. Hong Kong has done some amazing things over the last year, including in a city of about 8 million people having about 4 million people in the streets on more than one occasion standing up for their freedom. Right now their freedom is under threat. So I wear the shirt. I have asked some Chinese friends who speak Mandarin to confirm that's what this says, and that this doesn't say this silly person spent too much money on a t-shirt because he thinks it says something else. I mean, it could do that. If you ever watch videos of people in Asia or in other parts of the world, they will often have t-shirts with English letters or Roman letters, but they don't necessarily say what you would imagine they think they say. In any case, whenever there's a video, you comment on it. Ask questions, at least say okay. And whenever there's written work due, if you are going to submit it online, you write it out and you photograph it. Thank you for your time. I look forward to seeing you, what from my perspective will be about a week from today. Take care.